Let's start now. I'm Peter Coolish. This is the July 2nd, 2025 webinar. Today we're going to talk about adult onset diseases first, and then go into a question and answer period. I will tell you that we're going to run 1 hour, and at the end of that hour, we'll finish the question, finish the answer to whatever question we're working on, and then we'll have to end it because I have an appointment. I can't go over time today. So anyway, welcome. Thanks for coming on board and showing up. Yes. Hello, Maria. Okay. What I wanted to address are adult onset diseases. The reason I mention that is that we had someone raise a question about Scleroderma, and it's a pretty tough disease, and it's common with other adult onset diseases, which means that there's a strong possibility that energy medicine, such as we use, can help overcome it. Now, first we have to, let me just get down here. I have to get something up here. Okay, here we go. I put this together as a very quick chart. The way it works is when we're young, our voltage levels, our cellular voltage levels are very strong, what we call in this, in this area right here, the normal voltage in youth. Now, the way the genes work is on one side of the double helix, you know, that round ladder that represents all the genes. On one side, you have the transmitters, and on the other side, you have the receptors. And in the middle, you have the bridge length between that. So the genetic code, which is generally made of 12 and 13 parts, travels from the transmission point on the right over to the receptor point on the left. Now, this is when you're young and you've got a tremendous amount of vitality, and when it's actually measured, the cellular voltage is high normal. Then as we get older, what happens is our voltage, our normal voltage goes down. And for most people, this doesn't mean anything. This is normal. What happens is, excuse me, in physics, negative energy is called downspin. Downspin brings things together. Now, upspin lets things move apart. So what we've got going on is that when we're young and we have a higher voltage, a higher vitality, excuse me, the bridge length from the transmitter to the receptor site is shorter. And then when we get older, it extends a little bit because our voltage has gone down, and the voltage, the lower voltage, does not hold the same bridge length. So what happens is the code that has to move from the transmitter site to the receptor site has further to go. And not only that, but the amplitude of the genetic code, like a light, it goes down a little bit. It dims a little bit. Well, for most people, that doesn't make any difference. But for people who have a weak receptor point, what occurs is the diminished code, the diminished amplitude of the code, the dimmer light of the code, and the longer reach, the longer bridge length that it has to travel. By the time it gets over to the receptor point, the receptor is only able to pick up only part of that code. And those are people who have lupus. Lupus is a very specific case. And I am fairly certain, due to our clients responding, scleroderma falls in that same category. So, and so what do you do about it? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not showing the bottom of this thing, but I wanted to show you that if you do our advanced therapies and then do the daily energy supplementation, your voltage is going to go back to high normal for an older person, which is the same vitality, the same voltage that you had in the youth, which again, the
Oh my God.
increased voltage creates the increased downspin, and it pulls the receptors, the transmitter and the receptor bridge length, it pulls it together, so it shortens the bridge length, and it increases the amplitude. It turns the dim light back up to bright, and all of a sudden the code is getting over to the receptor fully, and the cell, as a result, only responds to the code it gets. In this case, it normalizes because it's getting the normal code. And that's what we found out in lupus. We found it out in other types of adult onset issues. I wish this were the case in diabetes, because diabetes becomes rather complex in that oftentimes you've got increased tissue from weight gain and stuff like that. So the just the increase in their overall normal voltage won't reverse diabetes. But if you lose weight, the increase in voltage has shown to resolve the diabetes, which is good. But this is shown to be so effective in so many other areas of our health, because getting back to the normal youthful vitality of a high voltage cell provides all the cells with enough energy to start metabolizing like when they were young. And that's why so many people who use the magnets on a daily basis live healthier and live longer. So that's what I wanted to get in about that. Does anyone have any questions? Yes?
So this is Maria again. On that scleroderma, I've noticed some skin getting very tough, getting very hard, starting to crack like between my toes. And I'm using like fresh aloe vera, different kind of oils, shea oil, olive oil, castor oil. And if I'm packing it almost every night, and if I forget to pack it for about 3 days, it starts to crack again and get real hard, because that's one of the symptoms of the scleroderma. So I'm wondering, is there anything that I could use to put on or just do the magnets and it'll heal that?
Well, you need to, excuse me, uh, you need to do the advanced therapies
Okay.
and get the latest edition of the pictorial guide and do the acute chronic term for each of the advanced therapies for the organ group energizing therapy and then the following meridian energy therapy. It's very important.
Following what? I put the acute chronic.
Yeah, you do the acute chronic term. It's in the advanced therapies on page 14 of the pictorial guide.
In the
And
new book,
just
in
follow that step by step. And if you need a new pictorial guide, we have them. It's on the menu, so you can go directly there and you can download, so you can get it almost instantly.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'd like to be able to download it so I have it with me at all times.
yeah, you can download it, print it, and you have it. But it's so important to follow those steps because, as I was trying to show you, you've got to, it's so interesting. When we hurt ourselves, the area gets bigger, it swells, we have inflammation, and it gets a positive charge. And then the brain sends out a signal, or it sends a signal to the brain, and the brain sends back the signal to gather the negative charges and go in. And again, now here's normal. Now it's inflamed, and you put the negative energy in, and it pulls it together. It's just a very, I don't know. I find it more and more interesting as I review how cells work and how everything heals. But with scleroderma, I would say that doing the advanced therapies and perhaps a month or 2 months of the
Where
circulation
is it,
enzymes
Candy? Candy.
are important as an adjunct supplement to use with that. And of course, always make sure that all the water you're drinking is energized. So important to break up those molecular clusters so you get the increased hydrogen ions to help run all the cells. That's
Yeah.
just
So you went blank there for a minute. So all I got was get the circulation enzymes for about 3, 4 months, and then I didn't hear what you said after that.
no. I would say a minimum of 2 months.
A minute. Okay.
Probably 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
But you may get by with approximately 2 months. A lot of people do. But do that with the advanced therapies. Okay. And
Okay.
make sure that you're drinking your energy water. Just follow those steps, step by step. One of the things about the advanced therapies is not only do you do the organ group and then the organ group energizing therapy, the OGE, and the meridian energy therapy, the MET, but it gives you the step-by-step process for daily maintenance afterwards.
So another question. I did the first therapy. I did the first one, and I can't remember if I did it 7 days or however many days I did it. Then I haven't done it for quite some time. So should I start that one again or just start in the advanced?
Oh, no, absolutely start again. And let me just say for everybody that if you have an adult onset uh, disease such as this, it may be necessary to do the advanced therapies, maybe to do the OGE, maybe once a month, one day out of the week, every month. You've got to make sure that your voltage is at high normal. And so, take the time out and just do them. I mean, you don't really have to take any time out. You just put them on and do as you need to do during the day, etc. You can certainly shorten them. You don't have to do them as long as the first full protocol, but you may need to do tune-ups. And again, I
Okay.
mentioned I have a doctor friend who does the OGE. He does it for 3 days every month. He just loves it. I know
Hey.
if you've listened in before, you've heard that before. Okay.
Is hard.
Hello.
Oh,
It sounds like someone was barking.
So another question, since nobody else is asking, I've obviously got horrible issues with my immune system because I also have Lewy body dementia along with a brain tumor right up here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I sent you the protocol on cancer, didn't I, or did I?
you never have.
Okay,
You,
well then you need to email me. I can't remember everything,
that's
so
okay.
please
That's okay. Yeah,
just
yeah.
email the office, put that down, and we'll get to that. I mean, I'll send that to you. It's
Okay.
got specific protocols for the brain, um, which reminds me, uh, someone had wanted to talk about Alzheimer's and dementia.
That's me.
Well, okay, all right. Well, uh, the back of the neck, the lower CVS, that's the cerebral vestibular system, which is just really the back of the neck, using a pair of the power wafers in a two stack, naturally green against the skin. What that does is that energy goes into the spine, goes into the lower or the upper part of the spine, which shares the cerebral spinal fluid with the brain, which is constantly flowing. So that energizes the brain. It bathes the interior of the brain with an increased zeta potential in its neurotransmitter fluid, which is the same cerebral spinal fluid. Uh, from the results that we've seen, we have to say that uh, apparently people develop an acid type of pH in their cerebral spinal fluid, and that starts to build the amyloid plaque, which prohibits signals from getting through, which ends up first in dementia and also in Alzheimer's. What's interesting to note is that the body, when it's energized properly, uh, it turns toward an alkaline. And it's the reason we're aware of this is because I spent years in magnetohydrodynamics, using magnets to condition various fluids, which is seen in our enviromagnetics sister company. So things like water softeners and fuel enhancers and things like that. Really great stuff, particularly great in growing agriculture or growing your flowers. I mean, boy, you energize that water and away you go. But the point with Alzheimer's is that we have seen uh, people who were catatonic, which is a very unfortunate stage. It just and by putting the magnets on the back of their neck and giving them the negative drinking water, we have seen resolution where they came back fully. And I mean, it's remarkable. And so, in breaking down what seems to be occurring, since the magnetism makes the pH of the biochemistry become more alkaline, it helps normalize it. Apparently, that is what's occurring in the cerebral spinal fluid, is that it's alkalizing the fluid, which is dissolving the plaque. And again, the negative energy in biology really helping normalize all the metabolic functions in the body. So this is a wonderful thing. I know many people, including myself, who I wear the daytime over the sternum. As you can see, I put it on today.
Good for you.
I forgot to put it on last week. Anyway, and I also have it on the back of my neck, and it's too hard to show you, but it's there.
How do you
And
attach it? On the back
simply,
of
I use J&J fabric Band-Aids. They're hypoallergenic. The fabric type has got a great adhesive. It lasts. I mean, I take showers with it on, and they last a long time. I do have to replace them. You know, you do have to replace it, and but there are many people who, like myself, I enjoy the calmness and the clarity of being able to wear that on the back of my neck. I mean, there have been times where I've had tremendous meetings with so many people, and on a daily basis, that, you know, once in a while it would just become, you know, almost overbearing. And I'd put these things on the back of my neck, and it just calmed everything out. You know, the clarity, the calmness, I love it, and many people love it. And it's always a question everybody asks, well, can you do the sternum and the back of the neck at the same time? Absolutely.
I was going to ask that. That was my next question.
Yeah. So drink your energy water, wear your magnets, and hooray.
Let your body heal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, anyone else? Yes. Joanna. Yes.
Hi. Yes, hi.
Hi.
I am just starting with these, and I have had long-term chronic illness, so I'm doing the back of the neck and gradually increasing the time. But
Okay.
I just got a diagnosis of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy with left ventricular outflow obstruction. I'm being told it's genetic, and my mom also does have it. Both of us developed it. I'm 75. She didn't develop it or get diagnosed until she was in her 80s. So even though it's a genetic condition, it seems to come on in late adulthood. I'm being told there's nothing I can do for it except medication. And
I'm sorry, what was the last thing?
I said that I'm being told there's nothing I can do except medication, which I would prefer not to do. But
Well, you do have energy medicine now that's going to help you.
Yeah. So in your book, it says if you have the heart condition, not to put the
Well, we
magnet.
put that in there so that we can definitely talk to someone in that case. You don't. I'm sure either you or your mom have any heart failure, any necrosis. That's what we worry about, is someone who's really their heart, they've got a lot of dead tissue, and we don't, they're unfortunately, I mean, no, we can help them, but we can't put it near their heart. But for everybody else, they use it on their heart to help their heart come back. Now, I'll tell you, you need to do our circulation enzymes, and you probably need to do a 3-month run. That will, along with the magnets, will decalcify your heart. and it will also decalcify your body. It'll reduce all the plaque in all your vascular system. And with the magnets, it has a tendency to reduce cellular plaque, which is just remarkable. Never occurred. This it never occurred before we started matching the two together. You need to do the advanced therapies on page 14 of the pictorial guide. Well, you are already in that, right? You're on page 13, apparently, doing the baby steps, huh?
I'm doing the baby steps.
That's smart. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm
And
wanting to know what to do when I finish the baby steps. And I
go to
also
the next page.
Huh?
Go to the next page.
15. Okay. And as far as I know, I don't have any necrosis, but this condition is the muscle enlarging, and it enlarges enough that it partially blocks the left ventricle.
Yeah, well,
Too much to do in there.
one of the issues about energy medicine, and it's similar to normalizing the voltage, is that it pulls things together.
Oh, great.
Okay? It should stop the hypertrophic growth.
Great.
And yeah, I mean, that's what we've seen through the years.
Yeah.
You know, everything I talk about, we certainly hope it's going to work. It has shown to work most of the time. I mean, frankly, I would say it's unusual how well it works. You get the sense that, I don't know. I think of a simile that, you know, the lights in the lights in a flashlight are low. You put new batteries in, and wow, it lights up. It has to. These energy protocols, they force the metabolism to start to normalize. What we've seen in regeneration of tissue, including nerve tissue, bone tissue, everything, bone reunions, is that, well, and particularly, let's say we've seen discs rebuild themselves to full height. We've seen, apparently the energy stimulates the RNA to stimulate the DNA to rebuild back to blueprint, because at blueprint, things are in balance. And that's what the energy does, is it forces everything to try to go into balance. And until it gets into balance, it keeps pushing it electromotively to reach that balance. And in doing so, what we get are the benefits of various health. I mean, all the various benefits of health. So I think you should follow that and do the daytime. You know, use the sternum therapy, absolutely, which will be well, you know, it's just followed step by step in the advanced therapies.
Would I do the advanced therapies and the sternum at the same time when I finish the baby steps, or do the advanced therapies first and then the sternum?
You know, just follow the protocol. You'll be doing the advanced therapies, and then the first part of it is the organ group energizing therapy. The second part is the meridian energy therapy, and you can start doing the sternum therapy at that time.
Okay.
But it's all written in there.
Right.
Now, I have to say this, and I probably am getting redundant to a lot of people who've heard this over and over again, but unless you're allergic to vitamin C, get liposomal vitamin C. Just get it and use it on a daily basis. Vitamin C, you know, they call it an antioxidant, but what is an antioxidant? Antioxidant they are negative charges. Again, what we refer to in energy medicine as donor electrons. They are a mass amount of negative charges, and negative charges is what runs the body, heals the body, maintains the health of the body. And the vitamin C is an inexpensive way of providing a massive amount of donor electrons to the body. I'm the best is the breakthrough in liposomal vitamin C because they put a vegetable fat, they encase the vitamin C in a vegetable fat, that's the liposome, and then the colon recognizes it as a food. And instead of only receiving about 14 plus or minus percent and kicking the rest of it out, you get about a 99% saturation through the colon into the cells, which is the main issue. And what you're doing is you are providing, remember I mentioned that if you hurt yourself, the signal goes to the brain and the brain gathers up whatever reserve of negative energy and sends it to that place to provide the negative energy to heal that whatever trauma, bump, swelling, whatever it is. The vitamin C provides a huge reservoir of negative energy, which is so important. And I tell you, you should now. Mercola doesn't pay me for anything, but I know the people who originated the liposomal vitamin C, and they make great stuff, but it's expensive. Mercola has the liposomal vitamin C. It's inexpensive, and you ought to take if you weigh, if you weigh up to 150, 160 pounds, you probably should take 1.5 grams a day as daily maintenance. It's good. It'll help your body when you add that to your daily energy supplementation of wearing the magnets daily and drinking the energy water. It will, again, keep you healthy. You'll be able to ward off these flus and, just you stay healthy and you live longer. And that's about the size of it. If you weigh over, say 160, you should probably take 2, depending upon how much over 160, you probably take 2.5. Over 200, probably 3 grams a day. But anyway, you just do it on a daily basis. You're just providing the tools that your body most needs. And then with the magnets, it amplifies the process of using those tools. It's just a remarkable and wonderful and easy method of maintaining health. Okay, Steve, you look like you're raising your hand, please.
I couldn't find the raise hand icon there. I don't know what, they keep moving things around. Anyway, whatever.
I don't know where anything is, to be honest with you.
I have a acupuncturist / TCM doc that has been in the business for 45 years. I recently showed her my magnet, in the sternum area, and she didn't give me hell, but she said, really, that's not a good idea. All that magnetic energy near the heart. I didn't really have a good reply for that, but I continue wearing it anyway. What would you say to someone that makes a comment like that?
Well, since China has adopted all my techniques, which some come from other practitioners, and with millions of people using it over the sternum with no contraindication whatsoever, but in the inverse, showing the increase in voltage, cellular voltage, in as little as 20 minutes. And then people with AFib, other types of communication problems in their heart, we have seen this help them considerably in being able to stabilize it. If the heart signal is normal, the energy value of the magnets does not alter that signal whatsoever. But what it does is it is the primary energizing point on the body where you're putting the energy right into the heart, right into the pump, and it's going out throughout the whole body. And based on millions of people using this, we only see positive benefits from it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, just like your last email, excuse me one second, Maria, your last email was quite amazing. The one you sent yesterday, I think, that lengthy one.
On our doctors over in Taiwan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure. I mean, your acupuncturist perhaps might want to look into look on into our site to see some of the tests, some of the research and stuff. It's extremely proof positive. Yeah, very good. Anybody else? Someone must have a question. Well, Maria, looks like you and here, wait, you gotta open it up.
Hey, Peter, it's Joy. I see Stephanie and Fred both have their hands raised.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Can you hear me? This is Fred.
Okay, Fred.
How you doing, Peter?
Hey, I'm here, and this is fun. I love it. Gee whiz, I don't get a chance to talk with so many people.
I know. I love this too. I love learning anyway. So, I was on last week with you, and the last webinar you had, and I had explained to you some of the problems I was having physically. One which is I was diagnosed with neurosarcoidosis, which affected my legs, caused atrophy, which has been progressing over time, but more rapidly in the past few years. And then I also told you that I have bone on my meniscus. So, and then the peripheral neuropathy from the neurosarcoidosis has affected my toes. They're starting to come around though. So,
well, let me ask you, when you say, excuse me, when you say they're starting to come around, is that because you've been doing some of our energy protocols?
Well, no, I think it's because I've been doing the water. And I've been putting castor oil on my feet, and they're starting to come around a little bit. But you told me to do the back circuit therapy, the chronic advanced therapy, and I believe you said the MET, or the extended MET. And I believe you told me to do all of them at the same time?
Well, you can't do the back circuit when you're doing the MET. You have to take it off. Okay. In which case, I had a tremendous back issue when I was young and in my 30s from an accident. And I'm glad I ran into magnets because I would go through hell with that thing. But every once in a while, it just kind of pops up a little bit, and I throw the back circuit on because it's helpful. But you can't do the back circuit with the MET. Now, personally, what I would mention that because I have a belt, that I fit around, and it's got the magnets just lined up in the back, so I just throw it on and. Actually, it only, for me, I just wear it during the day, and by the end of the day, I've forgotten I'm wearing the thing, and then it's all fixed up. I think you've got to get into it very seriously, though, and all those protocols that I sent you, they're very important. You've got to do the advanced protocols. And at the end of it, because of your situation, you've got to do the acute MET terms. You've got to follow up with that. I think that will help you considerably. And in between the MET, which is most of the time of the day, then do the back circuit. Even at night. The longer you can do it, the faster it will rebuild the area.
Mhm. So the MET, did you say do that most of the day, or just the particular?
No, no. You should follow the acute
Okay.
term on that, which means 3 hours the first week, 2 hours the next week. That's daily, and then 1 hour daily past that. And you may need to follow up with the condition that you have. You may need to follow up to do an hour daily with, for maybe another 10 days, 2 weeks. You'll start to see the results. I mean, that's the point. You're getting some good results without doing this stuff. So with doing it, you'll see how fast the results should come back on. But I have a feeling that you will be surprised that it should help normalize and overcome these issues pretty quickly.
Okay. How long should I do the back circuit therapy?
Stop when you've completed it, basically.
Okay. Okay. And
I mean,
then
we've had people use it for 2 months. We've had people use it, had a 20-year problem and use it for 2 weeks. So, it's hard to say, but it has been a major comfort for thousands of people. I mean, just it's good. It works.
Okay. So I'll do the back circuit therapy. I'll mix in the MET. When I mix in the MET, do I have to take the magnets off for the back circuit therapy?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You've got to take it off. You can't do the two of them. That's the one thing with the MET. You might be able to do a liver placement or a pancreas placement or even the daytime sternum placement on the body during the MET, but you can't do anything such as the knee or the back. You can't put any therapy in the middle of the MET circuit. It has to. That is the central and the peripheral nervous system.
Basically, has to be done alone.
Is the pipeline to energizing and balancing the entire body.
Gotcha. All right, and then the chronic advanced therapy, should I do that after I'm done with the MET and back circuit?
I want you to follow the steps of the advanced therapies and integrate that with the increased issues, the increased time that I wrote to you about. Okay? Just follow those things step by step. Read it carefully. Okay? The advanced therapies are what I want you to do. And I'm asking you to do an extended MET, which I think is important for the condition that you have.
Okay.
Okay? Just follow exactly what I wrote to you. Okay? And make sure you take your vitamin C.
Yes, sir. I got to get some of that. I got to get some of that Johnson, what's it, the J&J tape?
Well, yes, so some people use the K-tape. I tell you what, the self-grit ace bandage that we send out with the kit, it's good to cut in strips because you can wear it as wear it around your ankle. You can move, in other words, the MET. You can move the magnets from the bottom of the foot to the back of the ankle and from the palms of the hand up to the wrist, so that, and just use that ACE bandage, that self grip, and put your magnets underneath that, and you can move around and do what you want to while you're doing the meridian energy therapy. So, yeah, good luck
Okay,
with
one
it.
last.
I think
Thank you.
I think you'll be able to make your achievement.
Thank you. One last thing. I'm trying to get the pictorial, the new pictorial guide. I think it's like what, $7, $8.
Yep.
But I forgot my password, so I requested a reset, but I haven't received a return reply on the reset of my password.
Okay, would you put an email to me on that, please? Office at
I sure will.
biomagscience.net, and I'll send that over to IT right away. I don't know. Sometimes the system glitches. We got attacked on Monday, and we couldn't get any email. They were asking for $500 to remove
Oh,
this
wow.
malware that they put against us. And we finally got the thing. We worked all day Monday on it, and Tuesday, finally, Verizon helped us overcome it.
Yeah.
There's so many ne'er-do-wells out there. They live for creating chaos, and
Mm.
it's terrible. I don't know
Yeah.
what to think about it. But anyway, perhaps you were trying to do that during that time. So, but do send a note over, and I'll alert IT to get you a password right away.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your
Oh,
time.
sure, absolutely. Okay, anybody else?
Would be me, Stephanie. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Um, I have what they term chronic Lyme, and that's how I found out about magnets. I happen to have a Russian doctor. He was actually a doctor on for one of the Russian Olympic teams, and he ended up coming to America, and he used magnets. Not going to say how he got them, but he made a special effort to get these magnets. Were about the size of my hand, and would put them on each side of my head, and it was the most effective thing. So I was so happy when I found your information and your products and so forth. I ended up with adrenal gland issues, failure, almost, liver duct stuff. And so I'm going to be following through. I love that you put the video up. It's so helpful, and it's very difficult to be ill by yourself with an ill mother whom I've just had
Yeah,
to.
that's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah. So
Now, let me tell you that. So you still have the chronic Lyme's?
yes, it's affected my skin, and it doesn't look too bad now, but co-infections galore, and
Well,
I'm
you need to take a daily dose of liposomal vitamin C.
we are all going to be getting that. Yes,
I tell you, one thing people
I'm
don't
always
know,
amazed to learn.
they don't know vitamin C is a viricide. It kills viruses.
Yeah.
I mentioned this last time. We had someone with shingles so bad all they could do was stand up. They couldn't sit down. They couldn't lie down. They were moving toward failure pretty quickly, and we had them do 10 grams a day,
Wow.
5 grams twice a day of the Mercola liposomal vitamin C, along with the energy water and the advanced therapies. And literally by almost the third day, they were finally able to lie down. By the fifth day, 90% of the symptoms were gone. And by the seventh day, they were all gone.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how effective the vitamin C is. I mean, it's quite an effective virucide. It's also an effective bactericide.
I wish I would have known that, because years ago my mother was almost that bad from shingles, and
Oh, yeah.
nothing they did helped her. And everything is a step either in the right direction or the wrong direction, and it is what it is. But I have to say, I I'm halfway afraid to talk about this stuff and these procedures the way things are today. So I thought I'd be brave and give you a shout out, and I can always send you an email if I have further questions, right?
Oh, please do. Please do. We're more than
Wonderful.
pleased to answer all your questions as best
And
as we
there's
can. And so far we've been, pretty good at it. We've figured out just about everything.
Well, the protocols are just amazing. It's so worthwhile to follow up on all your emails and try to sort through it. And there's a second doctor in the area, and together they knew each other. That he's Russian also, a younger person, but they've developed a I don't know the right terminology, but I think he calls it Pure 99, and it's a blood procedure, and they are cleaning the blood and oxidizing it, and they're also set it up. Uh, uh, my first doctor set it up with magnets also, and it's
That's
quite
good.
expensive. So I didn't, you have to have money for this kind of stuff, and the
Well,
treatment
that's the whole thing
is quite
that we're
expensive. Yeah. But it's amazing, and I just wish Western medicine. I mean, the younger doctor was trained in Russia. He trained in Germany, and then he went to Chinese. And the world needs to open up. And I'm so grateful for you and these other two doctors, because the other Western doctors did not give me antibiotics appropriately, and then it just was bad. I couldn't drive. My friends, it was awful. My doctor, actually, the Russian doctor, would call me up to see how I was doing, and it took me like 8 months for him to fess up. How did he know what my worst days were? And he said that he checks the on the internet what I'm not going to say the word right, 'cause sometimes I still lose my words and stuff. The Earth's magnetic field, the Schumann resonance, and he
okay.
would track me. And I am hyper, my body reacts to all different kinds of pressure systems. One storm front type is 8 hours ahead of it, another one is 16. It's just, the human body is so amazing, and we barely
Well,
understand.
right now, I mean, your cellular energy's low. Okay. I mean, that's where it is. Okay. Your metabolic functions are not all occurring properly.
Right.
They will start to occur more properly as you continue to rebuild your energy body, if you will, please. That's a really a good term. But when they are low, you're really affected by external things such as EMF. Someone may smell some Clorox and not get much of a feeling. You get it, and you almost have a toxic event. I mean,
Yeah.
the body is so sensitive and easily overcome because your defenses are down. As you build your cellular energy up, your defenses go up, and like the rest of us, we become unaffected by it. And that's so you're in good shape. You'll do well with this thing. I would think that are you doing the baby steps?
Yeah, I was doing the back of the neck, and
Okay.
well, actually, I have trouble with it seems to have really affected my left side, that it's gone, around here. And then I put magnets on my left side under my armpit area, and the sternum has been doing really well for me. I'm so excited about it. And
You're
also
putting magnets under your armpit?
yes, I have a changed the type of bra I wear so that it's a little bit lower and it really feels so much better.
Is that for the organ group energizing therapy?
No, I just did it because my lymph nodes on my left side going down, and also I had trouble with, there's a term, but I don't remember where it is, like your rib will pop out, and like my cartilage is really funky. So that the
See,
magnet,
I get concerned when I hear about people putting magnets under their arm or in their armpit, because one side of the magnet's good, the other side would be putting bad energy into the arm. So in that case, people ask, well, what do we do? Well, simple enough. You use a two stack of the middle size, or you use a large one, and you stick it on the back of the shoulder, right down, and that will go through your arm and help the lymph glands.
it's been great. Can't complain. And it's about 5 to 6 inches, you know, if you put your thumb at your armpit and put your hand down, you know, that length there. And also, I'm getting to the point again, I did so well for how long, but he invented this years ago. It's a magnetic exercise belt. And wow, what a difference something like that makes. So folks, let's get our liposomal vitamin C. And really, he's so true. This is a cumulative thing. I also discovered that sound therapy and humming, chanting, you're vibrating, and it's just amazing. Your pineal gland wakes up. You will feel like a little bee under your skin, just a soft down around your ankles. So really, stick with it. It's worth it. And God love you all. Thank you so much.
Nice talking with you, Stephanie. You take care.
You also. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, I'll tell you what, we're at pretty much at the end of the hour, pretty close to it. Is there one more question? We could take one more question. Steve, you're raising
Why don't you
your
go ahead?
hand.
I've
So
already
this is-
spoken, Maria. You haven't.
No, I've spoken several times, but I
Oh, you
just
have.
wanted to know, is there a way to forward this video to somebody? There's someone that her husband has had a stroke and he's paralyzed, and I've been telling her to get on magnets for like the last year.
Well, you know, if you
And
have a stroke, you need to do the advanced therapies, and then you need to do the meridian energy therapy at least an hour every day, and maybe for a month.
but
We've seen where that it really helps get all the motor functions back working properly.
is there a way to
Well, the thing
transfer?
is that, listen, here's where it's at. At the end of this, sometime later on today or tomorrow, it'll be uploaded onto the website where you can see the other webinars. It's under media, and you go down to the bio webinars, and it'll give the date of the webinar. And so it's simple, and just, you know, open it up and send the link over to your friend.
Great.
Okay.
There's several people I want to send this link to.
Okay, well, good. And there are other ones. Okay, Steve, one
Really
more
quickly,
question.
do you ever put the magnets by the thymus? Because as we get older, our thymus shrinks. I was just wondering if you put anything to.
Well, you know, I got to tell you that, you know, it's just down from the thymus, the sternum, where the placement is. And again, on a daily basis, you're supplementing the entire body, including the thymus, which is really right in the region, by the way. I mean, people don't think about it. They figure, well, if you put the magnet, let's say you put the magnet here, it's only going to be right there, but it dominoes up into the thymus. The tissue dominoes over. It always spreads outward quite a bit. You know, that's why you can get away with, you know, the old style magnets. They were huge. They were about this big, 4 by 6 inches, anywhere from a ½ an inch to 1 inch thick. And carrying around those things was impossible. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. I've got to end this thing. You've got to go. It's been very enjoyable interacting together. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Thank you, Peter.
All right. Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. See you next week.
Next week. All right. I'll be
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.